And we leave now for the question. What time is the prayer?
Adhan is in 2 minutes. 10:30 is prayer.
Okay, so we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes the adhan. If you have a question, we'll answer it. The adhan could be called in, no problem. Shall we stop? Further?
The fast of the 15th of Shabaan, is it, we do it on Tuesday or we do it on Monday, or are we allowed to do something
15th of Shawwal?
Shabaan?
The fasting of what?
That's what I'm asking. Is there
There is no, we said we don't do anything in the midnight of Shabaan. We don't know the Qiyam before, nor the fast on the day, nothing. We don't do anything.
So if you want to fast, is fasting the...
If you fasting 13, the 14, the 15, you fast.
We can do that?
Yes. If a person is fasting 13th and 14th and 15th, he could fast, which is today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, no problem. If you are a person who didn't know about this, you could start from tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, no problem. Not for the intention of the midnight, for the intention of fasting Ayyamul Bid, the days of the white nights. Why are they called the white nights? Because the nights will be bright because of the moon. The moon is full on the 13th, on the 14th, and the 15th. Those, the Prophet of Allah, he said that the person who fasted, he's got Jannah. House in Jannah, inshallah. Now, Fadl.
You said there's a sunnah after Asr. Do you have a dalil for that?
The hadith of Aisha radiallahu anha, the Prophet ﷺ, he never abandoned praying 2 rak'ah after Asr. And this is a sunnah which needs to be revived. And a sunnah which is being prayed by Aisha, by the Salama, by the wife of the Prophet of Allah, the Prophet himself. We have a narration from Umar al-Khattab that he used to hit the people who pray the 2 sunnah after, but because these people used to pray it very late, when the sun goes yellow. As long as the sun is white, you pray them. And when the sun goes yellow, which is about half an hour before the adhan of the Maghrib, you're not allowed to pray them. Umar himself used to pray these 2 rak'ah. So this is a sunnah to be revived, and the hadith is authentic.
شيخ لو سمحت ماذا عن الحديث اللي يقول انه يقسم فيه الارزاق وتكتب فيه الاجال في ليله الخمس عشر من شعبان؟
Very good. What is the hadith grade regarding the ajal, the times of the people? That means how long you're going to be living. You're going to be set on the day of the midnight of Shabaan, and also the decree of Allah is the midnight of Shabaan. That is fabricated hadith, is not authentic. The decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is set on the night of Al-Qadr. فِيهَا يُفْرَقُ كُلُّ أَمْرٍ حَكِيمٍ. On the night of Al-Qadr. In that night, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةٍ مُبَارَكَةٍ إِنَّا كُنَّا مُنذِرِينَ. This is the ayat, talks about that Allah revealed the Qur'an. One go from the reserved tablets, this is the first descendants, up to the Baytul Izzah, the house of honor in the Sama' Dunya, the nearest heaven. And in one night it happens, and that is the night of Al-Qadr. In it, Allah sets the decree of every matter in that night. But the night of Shabaan, midnight of Shabaan, as I said, it has the importance of that Allah descend, which is a descendants that we said plus, and it is actually where the night where Allah Azza wa Jal forgive for the people their sins, as long as they do not have any ill feelings towards their brothers or shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If I ask a question to the brothers, and I say to my customers as well, remember that when you sit in a class, you sit like the brothers on the front. As long as you're really good together, this is the sunnah of the Prophet of Allah, and you need inshallah to champion your Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. What is the best of the fasting from the months after the month of Ramadan? What is the best of the fasting from the months after the month of Ramadan? Put your finger up if you know. Fadal.
10 أيام محرم.
Very good, mashallah. The month of Muharram. The best of the fast of the months after the month of Ramadan is Shahrullah al-Muharram. And this is the best. Even though the Prophet of Allah, he fasts not in Muharram, in where? Shabaan. The best of the fast is exactly the same. Like, for example, what is the best of the Umrah to do? Which one is?
Ramadan.
Ramadan. So we tell the brothers, if you have Umrah in Ramadan, you've done the best of the deeds. Umrah in Ramadan is equivalent to Hajj with the Prophet ﷺ. But yet the Prophet of Allah did not do Umrah in Ramadan. None of his 4 Umrahs in Ramadan. All his Umrahs are outside Ramadan. Prophet of Allah, he said the best of Siyam is the fast of what? Fast of Dawood alayhi salam. He fasted daybreak the following day, yet he did not fast. The best of the fast. Who is better, Dawood or Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? No comparison. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is better. Sayyid al-awwalin wal-akhirin. It's true. But it doesn't mean that if he is the best, he's the best in every single ibadah. Prophet of Allah, maybe he did not fast the fast of Dawood to show us that the person could fast less than the fast of Dawood. And it could be good. He used to fast 3 days of the month, Prophet of Allah. But not the fast of Dawood. Also, he told us to make the Umrah in Ramadan. He himself did not make the Umrah in Ramadan. So he did not do what he had told you to do. But he said the best of Umrah, the Umrah in Ramadan. Wallahu a'lam. Now, tafadhal Ahmed.
Question from sister says, how can one get rid of the shaitan's waswas while engaging in ibadah?
How can the person get from the shaitan waswas if he's engaged in ibadah? There is something which is, we say, a quick cure, quick remedy that, inshallah will work, but there is a guaranteed cure, but this is a long-term cure. The quick cure is the person, as soon as he got waswasa, whether he is in salah, Prophet ﷺ, he said, this is shaitan comes to you in the salah to tell you, remember so and so, remember so and so, remember what you did, remember, until you don't know how many rak'ahs you have prayed. So what you need to do is slightly turning and tilting your head slightly, even the person next to you who doesn't know what you're doing, slightly like this, and then 3 times of blows. And that is how you do it. Because the hadith says, يَلْتَفِتُ إِلَى الْيَسَارِ, turn to the left. It's a translation, turn to the left. So the person who doesn't know, he would do like this. That's the problem. And if he does like this, he's got a next door next to him. He's going to spit on him. And if he spits on him, it's going to be shaitan to him. Because he's going to disturb him from the prayer. So this is the turning. Like slightly, and then that's the, which we call it the quick cure. But if that it keeps keep insisting and still bothering you, then it's actually you need a long-term cure. It's not really simply, it's just that because you are a person, you have let yourself to be, or load your guard to an extent that this shaitan finds it easy to go into your fortress, to penetrate your protection. So you need to rebuild your protection again. And the building of the protection here is not a quick remedy, it's a long process, and it needs first of all, you set yourself upright, keep away from the ma'asi, because the ma'asi has got a very bad influential affection on you, and also you need to build the fortress around you by saying the adriya. When you enter the house, come out of the house, go to the toilet, come out of the toilet, inside the masjid, come out of the masjid, you go into your car, come out of the car, you go to the travel, you approach your wife in marital relations, all of that, you have to say the adhkar. When you say the adhkar, then the shaitan will look for another customer. Because the shaitan, he has numbers as well, he has limited numbers. So if he doesn't work with you, he's going to go to someone else. He wants somebody who listens to him. So if that shaitan sees that you are not responding with him, he will go away from you because he wants to have somebody easy target. So that is a long process. And as I said, if the person keeps praying and forgetting how many rak'ah he prays, he's got a problem. This is what the Prophet said regarding a person, he forgets occasionally. But if a person, he doesn't know how many rak'ah he prays, every time he prays, he can't know. Because he's everywhere except for the salah. As soon as he says Allahu Akbar, he is in his own world now. Whether he's making a profit or making a loss in a shop with his partner, he's in his prayer. He's all the time counting how much. Everything is in prayer. This person needs to treat himself because the dunya had actually settled into his heart so much that he doesn't think about anything else except for that dunya. So you need to remove that, and his removal is not going to be an easy process, bit by bit. Heart of yours, as I said, remember, the heart of yours is the most important limb. Prophet of Allah said, if it's correct, then the whole body is correct. If it is corrupt, the whole body is corrupt. So I need to make sure that heart is heart salim. I need to make sure, and as I said, it's not really easy to make the heart. Some of you, for example, got children. Those children is a long process bringing up. So you can't just come when you attain age. A teenager means what? It's a headache, disaster now. You just can't say, oh, I want him to be a sheikh and I want him to be a Qur'an, etc. Brother, have you brought him up all the way like this? Or you just want him to suddenly be a sheikh, be hafiz? No, you can't do like this. It doesn't work. There's a heart there. He might satisfy you in front of you because he's scared of you. But leave him a bit, keep your eye away from him, then he will do what he wants to do, what he likes to do. So if he likes the Quran, he will come to the Quran. If he doesn't like the Quran, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to fix his heart because, very hard. Allahul Musta'an. I got no time for one question because it's 1/2 almost.
You mentioned in terms of, if I'm like not fasting off the half of Shabaan for the one who doesn't fast habitually. So in that case, like, what would be the best thing to do now for someone who doesn't fast regularly in terms of making some fast to prepare for Ramadan? Would it be, for example, just to fast tomorrow, or does that question?
Habitual fast doesn't start tomorrow. Habitual fast is a habit.
Yeah, but as in, like, if someone doesn't habitually fast and they shouldn't fast.
They shouldn't fast after tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's it. And then inshallah. But if the person was ignorant, he didn't know, no problem, inshallah, we'll tolerate, because he's ignorant, he doesn't know that. So if he started now his commitment to religion, to the deen, we'll say to him no problem, but keep away from the last 2 days, because the last 2 days we want them to make sure that there's a habitual fast. It's not a habitual fast, he just wants to make up for all these days that he missed before. So prepare himself for Ramadan, and we have now, I think, 1 minute. So inshallah, subhanakallahumma bihamdik wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka